Hello.
And we're back.
We are back. We are actually back.
Yeah. From what feels like a long hiatus for us, but hasn't been so much of one for you.
Because we're so organized and so
We are.
just on it, so dedicated to the fans that we
Yeah.
recorded
That we were never
hours.
not going to deliver an episode every week. It wasn't in the realm of possibility.
We recorded hours and hours of content for you guys while we were away. You devoured it.
You ate it up.
On a level though, we probably could have just not posted anything for a month and no one would have known it.
They don't need to know that. But for real, it's been a while since we did this. So if we're we might not get back into it. We might just quit because this might be.
You might never see this. We might just be like, oh, we don't want to do this anymore. We've enjoyed the separation.
A lot's happened. It's been probably what 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks since we I'd say since we recorded an episode live.
I think 3 weeks since we've actually recorded an episode. Yeah, which is a bit mad.
Yeah,
bit mad, and a lot has happened.
A lot has happened. The world's been going crazy in our absence. We stopped recording it live week to week. Everyone was waiting for our takes, and the world just was bugging out.
Yeah,
the world couldn't take it.
Exactly. You got chipped.
I did get chipped. You got
the fucking 5G implant.
Well, yeah, I did. Yeah, catch me on the basketball court dribbling up people like nobody's business. I'm going to be out here with running 100 meters in 8.4 seconds. Catch me with no lactic acid buildup. My body will experience no fatigue ever now.
You're just on
we'll go the other way, and I'm just going to mutate.
Well, you just took the fucking super soldier serum from fucking...
Yeah. Catch me in the next Marvel film, guys.
God damn. Nah, it's all fun and games. It's all fun and games until Bill Gates programs you to beat up a homeless person.
Yeah, exactly. And just buy relentless Microsoft products. My program is just to empty the shelves of Microsoft products at every store ever. It was a bit wild. I had to
program you to fall in love with him or something.
Well, I mean, he's on the market now.
Exactly.
He's on the market now.
Bro's lonely.
He needs some, although I don't know how lonely it is, because rumor has it.
So this happened while we were away, didn't it?
Yeah.
We stopped recording for 3 weeks and all of the world's billionaires decide to do some of the dumbest shit.
Weirdest shit ever. Bill and Melinda, my relationship idols, my role models.
Goals.
I believed in love because I just think anytime I doubted it, I'd just be like, look at Bill and Melinda, still happily together. And now what? What do I believe in, Tom? Nothing.
Who do I look to?
Who am I supposed to turn to when I'm having a crisis?
It's calm. Bill just, he was wilding.
He was. Evidently he was. Everyone's surprise, Bill Gates was actually on a mad one.
Bro, he just wanted, he was looking elsewhere. So, because what was it? He'd had an affair with one of his employees or something.
I think so. And rumor has it he was. Yeah, of course. Yeah, classic. Goddamn. Only would have been more cliche if he was, sweet talking the nanny.
Absolutely. Sweet talking. But it's what I'm trying to figure out is because Charles, I don't. I'll pull up the story. Jamie, pull up the story.
Yeah, pull that up, please.
But I swear, wasn't she 20 years younger than him or something? It was I don't know. I might be chatting out the side of my face here. But she was quite young, I think.
Compared to him, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking, at what point do you realize that she's not having sex with you because you're attractive? I can't find anything on it, but my point still stands, no matter how old she was.
Yeah, that is true. It's it does make you wonder, and I have to say, I don't know. He was kind of going for it, because rumor has it he was kind of, it wasn't just one. He was trying it out with a few of the
Gee,
gal then. I think
really?
he was moving a bit mad from
Oh
what I
my God.
understand.
Wait, so the world's billionaires aren't as ethical and, morally sound as we thought they were?
He's not a wholesome king. What are you telling me right now,
Wholesome
bro?
100. Where is it?
I cannot believe it. All right, I got it up here. My boy is 65. Yeah,
Yeah.
decent. I mean, not Melinda, and then Melinda French, our girl, 56. All right, so it's not the worst one we've seen. There's a 9-year gap. There's worse out there for
Oh,
sure.
what? Between him and no, I meant between him and the person he had an affair with.
Oh,
That's what I meant.
yeah,
No, because
that's
I
gonna
know
be.
I'm sure that was like a very organic, because that was before, I swear that was like before he even like did anything.
I think so. Yeah,
That was
or in
before
the
the whole
early
like,
stages. Yeah.
but that was like that
Oh,
was
you meant the side piece.
yeah, the yeah, the unfortunate, I don't know.
his his Subway side dish. He'd be
She's
chewing
a
on it in breaks
she's a
and shit.
person, Kim.
uh,
Fucking hell.
yeah,
It is peak for her a little bit,
it
but
is.
also
It
it's
is.
like you're very clearly having sex with a married man. I don't know. I don't want to get too deep into it because it's all kind of dubious and, you know, morally grey and whatnot. But the bottom line is Bill Gates is single and
And ready to
ready to
mingle,
mingle.
people. It's going to be a tech boy summer out here. Get your boys and girls
Get your fucking 5G noided implant
and
into
get
your
your coding on, and the
rectum.
girls will be flocking to your side.
Fucking hell. Tech boy
It's
stuff.
just imagining him like explaining it to some like 23-year-old who doesn't know, like, who is just like, just trying to get her foot in the door of, like, this big company and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And he just strolls up like, hey, sweet stuff. I built this thing from the ground. I'm
Do you
a
reckon
real
he's like,
man.
I bet he is. I bet he's a proper like sleazeball, like on the low. Like in interviews, he seems kind of like, softly spoken and
Yeah.
kind of like reserved. Nah, I reckon
Loki,
he's
they're
a
all too
stab,
greasy.
bro.
That's the thing, man. Is it like a byproduct of wealth? You just reach a certain wealth point and you just like look greasy. Your skin just
But you
salivates
look
more.
greasy. I thought you meant you act greasy. No, you just look greasy.
No, you just look greasy.
Your
You just
skin
look
looks
like
like
you
it's
hit the
been
fryer for too
oiled.
long. You took a bath in the McDonald's fucking fry solution.
Oh, bro. I feel sorry for anyone who was hit on by Bill Gates. That's having a 60-something-year-old man coming up to you going, like, it's just not
Yeah,
the one.
that's
It's
not
not
the
the
one.
one. I
That
ain't
payday
lying.
for her is going to be sweet though.
Hey, Melinda.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I think she signed, or no, he didn't sign any. I think they split it
Yeah.
because I think
I
she's
mean, a
now.
lot of it will end up going to charity. I think probably both of them will probably like give like a segment away, but
I hope
because
so.
that's usually what they do with like their like they give stuff to their like foundation and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
But
because they invented that, the billionaires pledge or whatever, where they like got a bunch of billionaires or like a load of like super rich people to sign up to donate like 1% of their
earnings,
net worth or earnings to charity.
yeah,
And on the one hand, that's
and big up
great.
that, to be fair, like,
Yeah, that's great. That's like, that's, I'm trying to think if he's like worth what, like easily 50 bill.
yeah, more like 100 something, I think, but
Yeah,
it's mad.
then that's like what, 5 billion, which is a
Yeah,
lot.
which is a lot of money, and it's
But also at the same time, it's like
he's worth a cool, bro. He's worth a cool 126 bill, bro. He's been slacking. God damn, bro. Get
that's
your
like 12.6 billion to charity, right? Which is cool. That's great. That's great. I love that. I love that. But why can't it be 99%? You know what I mean?
Uh-oh. Are we
No,
about
but
to...
no, but seriously, think about it. Why can't he give away 99% of his wealth?
No, yeah, I get what you mean.
Because if he gives away 99 point, like if he gives away 99% of his wealth, you know what? He's still a billionaire.
Yeah.
He is still like he still has like tens of billions.
No, less, but
Well,
still, yeah, I get what you
he'll
mean.
have 12. He'll have what? 12.6 billion. If he gives away 99% of his wealth, he'll have 12.6 billion.
That's a bit mad.
That's a lot. Imagine giving away 99% of your wealth and still being like a multi-billionaire.
That's 10% of his wealth, 12.6 billion.
Oh, is it?
But yeah.
Oh shit! My fucking maths awful.
But still,
But
that
still,
is, I get what you,
okay.
like, the point is, it could be a lot more than 1%. And the fact is, he's doing more than most who reach that point. But it is also a thing as well, like, I get that they put, like, they diversify it so much to the point where, like, a lot of their network consists of, like, assets and blah, blah, blah. But it could be, I see what you mean. There's nothing stopping it from doing, 1.5%. I mean, he's not going to break the fucking bank
exactly.
if he gives them the cheap. Like, they could push it a bit further,
Just a little bit. But yeah, so my man.
You know what? Then he wouldn't be impressing all the ladies. He wouldn't be snatching them up.
Oh,
like,
you only have 100 billion. Yeah, get fucked.
I've got Bezos boy on speed dial.
Ben
You're going to
Affleck
impress me with your measly 10 bill. Are you a joke?
Did you see that I don't know if this is while we were on hiatus, but did you see the clip of that woman who like said that she matched with Ben Affleck on like the dating app? I just
was that real or was that a troll?
I think it was legit. I genuinely think it was legit. And then she showed the video, and it was like her name, and he was like, I can't remember her name. It was like,
yeah, because I remember seeing that, and I was like, no, this is too insane.
Like,
We've got to talk about this. But then I was like,
why are you ignoring me?
Why'd you unmatch me, Ray?
It's me, Ben Affleck.
And everyone was like, oh, it's a cameo. And then people were like, he's not on Cameo. How the fuck did that happen? That is wild.
Wait, because he's not on Cameo.
No, he's not.
No, so that's got to be real. That has to be real then.
That is crazy.
That's fine. Ben Affleck's such a weird don. He's actually such a strange man.
He's down unfriendingly. God damn, bro is struggling.
Oh my god, she unmatched him.
You know he had to go on a hunt as well. He had to look that shit up and be like. But now he's back with
J-Lo.
J Buns out here. God damn, we out here with these 2001 vibes.
JT
I don't know if that's accurate, but
we're out here with what?
2001 vibes. I don't know if that's the right timeline, but it feels right. Like early noughties behavior.
It is early noughties behavior, to be fair. Back when she was still Jenny from the block.
I mean, Ben Affleck is just getting memed to shit. Like, we had Sad Affleck.
Deservedly, he's such a fucking weirdo. What do you mean? I can't think of anyone. Like, some celebrities are just so odd. They just have to be memed. Like Ben Affleck.
I get what you mean.
He's such a strange guy. Robert Pattinson, you know the picture of Robert Pattinson when he's in the Adidas jacket and he's looking like
yeah. Just standing like he's inanimate.
Yeah, that one. You know that one.
And then there was the one like even a couple months ago where it was just paparazzi took a bunch of pictures of like Ben Affleck dropping his like Dunkin' Donuts milkshake. I'm just like, damn, you don't have to do him like that.
You know when you remember, right? You know how like every time like Ed Miliband did something stupid, they managed to capture it. Like they got him eating the bacon sandwich looking like an idiot, or they caught him like mid sneeze or something. Like it's just he's one of them, like he's just one of those people that can't catch a break with the paparazzi.
Yeah, it's true.
Paparazzi are mental though. I watched a video of It was like these paparazzi at some, I think it was like the Met Gala or something, and they were trying to get this picture of Beyonce, and this
I've seen
guy,
that. The
have
guy's
you
like
seen that?
standing
He
in
was
front,
standing
yeah.
on the phone. He was like
And they're
standing
like,
on the
"Hey, fucker, get out the
phone. Fucker,
way.
you motherfucker, get
Kill
the fuck out
yourself.
the way.
Fucker,
Get up
get
his
out the
fucking.
way."
And it's like, bro, it's
Bro,
not that deep.
it really is not. I would never be able to. That kind of scrutiny from paparazzi, that
It's
is
just it
mad.
just reminds me of I it's my favorite clip ever, and it's taken so out of context. It makes and like the actual clip makes me laugh. But you know the clip of like the paparazzi at Kanye's house at 4 a.m, and he's like,
Is this where he's in
"Hey,
like his garage and he
yeah," and
like
he's like, "Hey, good morning, Kanye." Shut the fuck up. It's just that makes me laugh so much. But the reason he
It's
said that
brilliant.
is because they'd literally been at his house like all day, and he was
It's
literally
mad.
just trying to get to the studio.
It's mad.
And there's a clip later on in that video where he's like, "You're a fucking parasite. You're a fucking parasite," and it's so true. It's
Yeah.
they're mad. Imagine
But
that.
that's a heftier topic though, because that's
Yeah,
like a
yeah.
cultural
Welcome to the
thing, and that's
comedy
so
podcast.
ingrained in like that warped kind of like idolization, which we've covered before. We've covered that
Yeah, yeah,
warped
yeah,
like treating these people as like idyllic
yeah.
figures and
But it's like
stuff.
it's the media. That's what it is. The media. Like I don't think people on their own. Well, yeah, some people on their own make themselves fanatics, but I swear the media like push
It
them up.
brings out it definitely has for something that could be such like a great thing, and you could argue at many points in
Because
history
if
it
you've got
has like served a
imagine
great
you've
purpose. It
got
can
20
really bring out the worst in people.
you've got 20 people surrounding you at all times trying to take a photo of you. Is that not gonna inflate your ego, boost your ego, and make
Yeah,
you
and then
think
the,
you are like
and then like a couple months later they'll be taking pictures and be like, oh, like, and then the headlines will be like, check this narcissist, like, oh, blah, blah, blah. It's like, who do you think caused this, bro?
yeah, no,
It
exactly, exactly.
doesn't just happen out of nowhere.
Yeah,
Crazy.
fucking hell. Anyway, enough
Yeah.
about that because I get
So getting chipped, goddamn, we went on a wild one.
we did. Fucking.
Yeah,
But
getting chipped
speaking of
had to
yeah,
I had to sweet talk the nurse at the door. You know, I just it was completely me orientated. I just walked up and I was like, you know, rough
yeah,
day at the office, and she was like, ah, you don't even know. And I was like, no way. Do you mind if I like, you know,
fucking
slide
hell,
in there? And she was like, you know what?
Moving like Bill Gates even
Even like
before
Bill
he
Gates. I saw that headline and I was like, you know what? I got my favorite Casio
had.
watch on my wrist, which also
Had.
functions as a calculator. And I went up to that
You
door
are a
and I was like,
menace.
ma'am,
You are a menace to society.
a menace. I'm unstoppable. I went up to her and
You
said,
are a
ma'am,
menace.
do you know what time it is? Do you know what season it is right now? She goes, I don't know. I go, it's Tech Boy Summer. And
Fuck
her
off.
pants dropped.
Fine.
And
No,
she was like,
enough
you
of
can
this.
take the
Enough of
lot.
this. You're waffling. Enough of enough. But speaking of Tech Boy
Okay, back
Summer,
to
though,
billionaires on a mad one.
yeah. Speaking of Tech Boy Summer, though, billionaires on a madness. Fucking, how is Bill and Melinda Gates not the dumbest shit that's happened to billionaires this month? How is that the
What is
second?
then?
Well, Kian, I don't know if you saw, but everybody's favorite fucking child labor exploiter,
Oh, the
Reddit
man of the
bro,
people CEO, bro.
circle
You don't even.
jerk,
He's just like us. He's just like us.
Twitter meme degenerate, pee on my Musk, Elon Muscovado Sugar went on everybody's favorite dead TV show,
Everyone's favorite variety sketch show.
which should have burned in a fire
Yeah.
20 seasons ago, but I will still gladly appear on it should
If
they
they'll have.
should they have me.
Yeah, guys, we're actually going to host the season 73 opener. So
Of
just make sure you.
SNL, fucking Saturday Night Live. Right, Saturday Night Live. I have a love-hate relationship with Saturday Night Live, first of all.
Who doesn't? I feel like
Like,
everyone does now.
yeah. Like on the but maybe that's just because of the nature of like variety sketch shows.
I think it is partly because it can be so good, but so often it can be so meh as well.
Yeah. And the way they utilize some of the they call them players. Did you know that? They call the people that appear on it, they call them players.
The regulars, the cast members.
Yeah, the cast members, they call them
Oh,
players.
no, I didn't.
Weird. Like the way SNL is run is actually so weird and like old timey, and it's like bare like it's one of those like weird like tradition things. They've got like
Yeah.
weird traditions and shit because it's like old school TV.
Mm.
Is that I wonder is that like the longest running TV show that's been on?
I think it probably is. And then
Like I can't think of anything that's been on that long.
Simpsons, but
Think
Simpsons was 80s, I think, right? SNL started in the 70s.
SNL was like 70s, yeah.
Mad.
That
I
could-
mean, respect to them, but
yeah,
it
no,
hasn't changed much. That's why it's like kind of old timey, because they kind of kept that
yeah,
format, which was winning for them for a long time.
yeah. And like I don't know, maybe we're just at like a stagnant point, and maybe it will pick up in the future. But like I don't know, you just hit so many comparisons to like, oh, it wasn't as good as season.
Well, that's the thing. I saw something interesting, and I'm not sure if it relates to this. I feel like it's probably a generational thing, and it happens every however many years. People are like, because the fact is, wild stuff happens all the time. But I saw
Yeah.
something interesting about Veep. Do you remember the show Veep
with
with
Louise
Julia Louis Dreyfus?
Dreyfus. That's
Yeah,
it. I couldn't remember her
and
name.
it was a great show. And the thing with that was towards, because that started in the like Obama, the tail end of like the Obama, I think the second, around the beginning of the second administration, I think roughly around those times,
Okay.
and then it ran through into the Trump era, the early Trump
Oh
years.
right. Okay.
And basically it's like a political satire. So it was like great for its first, like I think they had 7 seasons, like great for its like first like 5 seasons. Then 6 and 7 were when they were writing it in the Trump era, and it kind of just goes a bit wild, and you understand why they were doing it. But I remember hearing something where like the head writers were talking about the fact that like the whole point of political satire is you have to one up reality, and then when reality becomes so wild, like that's because that's something people said when the show came out. They were like, oh, it's just gone so crazy. But now, like looking back on it, I'm like, you kind of understand why they have to, because you
That
have to
makes
push.
sense. That
And
actually
maybe
makes
that's the thing with
sense.
SNL. Like, does sketch comedy even, like, can you even deliver hilarious sketch comedy every week when wild stuff is happening just constantly? Is it too big a task almost?
Yeah. I mean, it depends on the writing, because when you're writing sketches like, you know, Gen Z Hospital,
Yeah,
then
I saw the title of that and I was like, not today.
you haven't. Oh, sorry. Yeah, this brings us back to like the actual thing we were talking about. So Elon Musk went on SNL and it was shit. It was so bad. It was fucking awful. I watched
Didn't see
like
a
most of the
single
sketches he
minute
was
of it.
in. They were shit. They were
Yeah.
fucking. But okay, credit where credit is due. So I watched his monologue. He says in his monologue, he's like the first host with like Asperger's, which I think is really fucking cool. I think that's fucking big. So,
Respect, yeah. I'm sure
big
it's
up to
not
that.
accurate though.
Well, he was like, I'm the first person to come on here with Asperger's, or at least the first person to tell people about it. So
That's
I don't
probably
know,
true in the
maybe,
opening monologue.
but either way, that's big. Anyway, so that's just something I wanted to give him credit for. What I don't want to give him credit for was the absolute fucking awful sketches that were put on. Just fucking like blow your brain out type shit. Where to begin?
Rough.
Have you? So, did you watch any of them?
No, none
You
of it.
didn't
I
watch
remember
any of
hearing
them?
people talk. No, I remember people
Oh,
like
God.
hearing like people talking about his opening monologue like the day after, and people talking about the
I
Gen Z
low-key make.
hospital thing, and
I
him being
low-key-
like, what was he like, Waluigi or something? What was it?
He was Wario. I want to make
Wario.
you watch one of these sketches because it's just. Oh, you know what? Maybe not in the podcast. We might do a little
Okay.
bonus thing because I do really want to make you watch that. But anyway, so he was shit. It was awful, and yeah, fucking dreadful. No,
I think
don't
mainly
really
the
know what
problem with that, because there was controversy, wasn't it, from when they announced it to when it aired, which was to do with the fact that SNL, like in theory, it's about the comedy, right? But it was very clearly an attempt to humanize a controversial public figure.
Controversial,
Which is,
one way of putting it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the diplomatic way of putting it, and there are some other ways you can put it. But
He's such a bad guy. This is the thing. It's so weird, and you don't hear about it enough. But he's actually an awful fucking person. He's actually
yeah,
a really bad person.
and you get like all these compilations of like other CEOs like they're so boring, and then it will flash cut to a bunch of shots of Elon doing like Iron
Elon
Man
Musk
shit, and they're like,
like the
he's so
other
cool.
billionaires. He knows what memes are.
Hey.
It's so weird because it's like
he goes on Joe Rogan. Oi.
You know what I forgot? He did a fucking video for PewDiePie. He did a meme review for PewDiePie, which I fucking forgot about.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
Jesus
he did a fucking video for PewDiePie. And it's just like, yeah, okay, cool. You can use the internet, but you still exploit African like lithium mines or whatever it is. It's something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. He's just like not a good person, and it's so weird to have him like on TV pretending he's like, I don't know.
Wholesome.
Well, I'm gonna get some water because I've been waffling.
No worries.
You talk.
I'll keep up the. I'll entertain the masses. But yeah, it is a bit crazy, and I don't know. There is a question there. I don't know how much of an interesting question, but this idea of these kind of things being used, and it links back to what we were talking about with the media before. These kind of things that are designed to be one thing, like SNL, this comedy spearhead of topical, fresh stuff, and then what happens when you kind of use it as a service to a higher power? Does that delegitimize it potentially?
Well, I think SNL.
Also, who cares? Like we don't care that much about SNL, but also it's
To be fair,
interesting to think about.
SNL hasn't really been like in the mainstream that much.
Not the way it used to. You still like see it and you hear about it, but it's not the heavy hitter it once was.
No, exactly.
And even with the cast members, like we've talked about this before. I can't remember if on the pod. We've definitely talked about it in person. We may have talked about it in the pod. How like SNL for 40 years was like a rite of passage for comedians. If you killed it on SNL, you were going to have a successful career in comedy. Full stop. I don't know if it carries the same.
It's
weight now.
Yeah, I don't. There was like, to be fair, like I don't know, the timeline's kind of fucked because I used to think like, oh fucking, SNL hasn't had anyone good on it for ages, but then I looked it up and it's like, oh, fucking Bill Hader only left in like 2012, I want to say. It was like
it definitely
much more recent than I thought it was.
Yeah, because they have different periods, don't they, based on the head writers. Like Tina Fey was like through the majority of the 2000s, right? And everyone like she did a great job, from what I understand. People feel like,
well, yeah, because
and then it was Seth Meyers, right? I think he did like 3-4 seasons.
Yeah, because she was.
And I don't know who it is now. Actually,
she manned it when she was on. It was like Will Ferrell was on it while she was.
Yeah, she had
a really good. She had a really good cast, and then I think Seth Meyers.
She was the first female like head writer, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's going to be whatever," and then she killed it.
And then Seth Meyers had like Jason Sudeikis,
and Kristen Wiig, early Kristen Wiig,
Andy Samberg, I think as well. Like some quite big people. Now I think it's Colin Jost.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is, but is he the only one?
I think he's the only head writer, yeah. Or there might be another one, but I know at least one of them always does Weekend Update. Because remember, Seth Meyers also did Weekend Update.
Yeah, that is true. He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Who's the current head writer of SNL? Oh, it's him and Michael Che, Colin Jost and Michael Che.
Oh, also it's both of them.
Yeah, also there's four head writers. And Kent Sublett and Brian Tucker. I don't think they're cast members.
They're not on screen.
No. But yeah, maybe
Colin
that's
Jost and Michael Che.
Yeah. I like them, to be fair. Their race like joke swapping thing that they did on the finale. That was a great premise. Just watching Michael Che crack up as he made like Colin Jost read out this stuff was brilliant.
Because they're both really funny. I like both.
Yeah.
And you know, I like most of the cast, I think.
Yeah.
Like, we went to see fucking Chris Red. Remember?
Chris Red, and he was brilliant.
He was
killed it.
fucking funny. He was
underutilized probably on SNL. I think we'll agree now that.
Well, like so many of them are like underutilized. I remember like not so much now. I think now he's like pushed maybe a bit more than he needs to be. But I remember like before he started dating Ariana Grande, everybody was like, "Why the fuck isn't Pete Davidson on more?"
Oh yeah, and now he's like the whole thing is they always make jokes about like his personal life. So now he just pops up like randomly because it's like you know.
Oh,
he's unstable
with my mom.
He's got a rocky personal life, right?
I feel sorry for him. I do feel sorry for him sometimes. But yeah. Also, Kenan
he'll
Thompson,
do well though.
But like a lot of them might be leaving. Like Kenan Thompson.
That's what I was gonna say. I was actually gonna bring that up.
Cecily Strong and I think Cecily Strong, Aidy Bryant, and Kate McKinnon are all like
because they all started crying during the cold open, right?
Yeah.
And Kenan has his show now on NBC. I think NBC
and Chris
has
Red
a sitcom.
is on the show as well.
Chris Red is on the show, so they'll probably. I think it got picked up for season 2, but they'll probably wait to give it a couple of seasons to see if it has legs, and then if it does, they'll probably leave. And Kenan, I think, only has to do a bit longer before he's the longest, or he might already be the longest.
I think he's already like the longest cast.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a long time.
Way,
Respect.
He's been there.
Well, it's interesting because it's actually it's heavy work as well. Because I remember seeing something really interesting where Andy Samberg, when he was doing stuff for Palm Springs like last year, someone asked him about his time on SNL, and I never knew he did like 7 years. I think he said, and he was talking about the fact that
they do. It's weird. Timelines weird out because you know Pete Davidson's done 7 years now as well.
No way.
Yeah. Exactly. Damn. It's so strange.
That's surprising.
Yeah. But yeah.
Wow. And so they asked him like, you know, why'd you leave? You know what? Blah blah blah. And he basically said it. You know, because he did it with the rest of the Lonely Island. They used to write sketches together. And I think after they did 6 seasons, those two left. I think it's like, what is it? Akiva Schaffer and I can't remember the other guy's name. But shout out to the Lonely Island.
It's a J name. I can't remember. I'll look it up. Yeah, carry on.
And they left after the 6th season. So he was writing it, like he was doing his skits alone for the 7th season. He was like, that was kind of part of the reason why, because it wasn't that thing where the 3 of us were doing it together. And also he goes, it's
Jorma.
What is it?
Jorma.
Yeah.
They did like weird names.
Yeah, they did. They got strange names. And he talked about the fact that it is quite like you have to, you know, it's not easy to deliver because you got to deliver skits every week based on topical stuff. And then if your skits keep not getting picked, it's like you kind of approach the chopping block of like the cast. It's a hefty shit.
On like every.
Yeah.
So yeah. But yeah. SNL
and it's harder to get successful characters now. Like now, so many of them, it's like they bring in hugely famous people to do like impressions, even if they can't play them properly. Like I'm not saying like they bring in like old members or like A-listers and stuff to do like. Remember when Matt Damon was doing like all the Kavanaugh stuff for like a couple months?
But sometimes it works because that Kavanaugh bit is so funny.
It's brilliant, and he did it so well.
So good. Like,
but that's something that makes it harder for the cast members to distinguish themselves because the heavy hitters are left up to bigger people.
But I'll tell you what, half of the Trump stuff, like over the Trump administration, about half of it really hit. Like I thought Brett Kavanaugh, like Matt Damon was really funny. I thought Ben Stiller when he came on as was it Sacramento? It was like his lawyer. I can't remember. But he came on. He was really fucking good. I will admit, Alec Baldwin.
Kate McKinnon did Rudy Giuliani, right? Wasn't that it? Yeah, that was funny.
Fucking funny. But she also did like Kelsey Grammer as well, I think, or she did like a couple of people, and that was really funny. Yeah. Alec Baldwin, like at the start when it was like novel, like when it started,
and then they rinsed it so much, but
So that was good.
that got boring. But the rest of
Yeah.
it, they did quite well. But I'm trying to think, like, the last, like, organic character that was such a huge hit was probably, I can't even remember the character's name, but Bill Hader's character where he,
Stefan.
Stefan, yeah. That
Love
was like the
Stefan.
character that you still hear so much about, like, and that wasn't based on like some political
Yeah,
figure, and that was a huge
where are all the
success.
fucking running, like the running bits? I
That's
want
what I
more
mean. It's
running
not
bits.
as
I think it's such a weird series of sketches. So you don't have to go and watch them. But have you ever watched like the Kissing Family sketches?
no.
They are some of the funniest fucking sketches. They're
Are
so
they recent
weird.
or
No. It was back when like Kirsten Wiig and like Andy Samberg and Fred Armisen and all of them.
yeah?
But they're so funny. Like it's the whole premise is basically they just go in there and it's a family that just have like they're way too close with their kissing, and it gets like really outlandish. Like they'll be like licking fingers and putting it in ears and like tongue sampling.
That's a good bit though. That's
It's
a good
so
bit.
funny. Like it's so gross, but it's such a funny bit. And they did it for like 3-4 sketches. And it's like, I don't know. I just haven't seen a good running bit in a while.
I wonder why that is. I wonder if it's them
Wait,
trying
no,
to switch up the
what's the
format, or if
fucking
they haven't found like a sketch that hits like
yeah.
that they want to bring
You know,
back. Like,
you know who their most recent running bit was? Fucking Pete Davidson. Pete
what
Davidson.
what was the bit?
Just him. Pete
Oh,
Davidson being a person.
yeah, it's true. It's
That was
true.
their most recent running bit, just his life,
Yeah,
which is peak.
yeah. Every time, like, he'd just be like filling headlines for some wild shit happening in his
Yeah.
personal life.
Or like he'll just be like,
All the SNL writers were like, "Yes, another week covered. Let's go. Don't even have to stress. Let's rinse this
you
board."
just know Lorne Michaels when fucking like Pete and Ariana like called off their engagement. Just know Lorne Michaels was sitting in his office like,
Yes, let's fucking go.
content, baby. Fucking hell.
That
Anyway,
sweet, sweet nectar.
we have just alienated like all of our. I can't think of a single
Yeah.
person who would listen to this and go, "Yeah, I care about SNL as much as you guys." But
The
anyway,
thing is, we talk the most. Like, we don't care about SNL. Like, I'd never watch it, but for some reason, it's like it's an interesting,
it's
it's
an
an interesting
interesting thing.
idea,
I'd do it.
and it can be very good. It's just,
Yeah, like if it was done well, it would be gas. But we
but yeah.
digress.
Apologies for the SNL rant. Hopefully,
Yeah,
maybe you found it interesting. But
this has gone on for so long. This is a very long podcast episode, but we're back, baby.
and
And
yeah, get ready for some topical stuff headed your
gonna
way.
be podcast boy summer.
Yeah,
for us.
podcast boy summer, tech boy summer, get chipped. All of that, all of that.
Get chipped, dipped, and stripped.
And on that note, we've been the Jonah Complex.
We have, and we will see you guys on time next week.
Next week.
Bye bye.